Hey, hey. Welcome, my lovelies. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to the Daily Vibration. So, if you are new to the channel, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. If you're tuning in via Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, or my podcast, I want to thank each and every one of you for taking the time out to just listen to the Daily Vibe, right? So, let's begin. Today is Monday, January 11th, 2021, and we are vibrating on the number 8 for the date. Okay. Monday is vibrating on the number 9. So the day itself is vibrating on the number 9, and the date is vibrating on the number 8. Mondays are ruled by the moon. Okay. So you do have the moon's energy in play today. All right. Now you have to keep in mind that the moon's energy does governs your emotional aspect of self. Okay. Now I do want to say this to you, my lovelies. The moon is currently in Capricorn. Okay. Well, at least let me just give you the exact time, depending on where you are when you're listening to this video. Let me just go in and quickly check and tell you exactly what time the moon entered Capricorn, because I am going to be tapping into the vibration of the moon in Capricorn in this particular video, okay? Or this particular segment if you're listening via the podcast, okay? So the moon entered Capricorn this morning at 8:30 a.m. So if you're actually currently listening to this at 12 a.m., the moon is going into Capricorn at 8:30 a.m. this morning, right? So you got that little you have that little bit of transit energy, so just pay attention to that. Sagittarius's energy could be very perceptive and intuitive, so you might definitely want to tap into that as you're switching over to the moon in Capricorn's energy, which is going to be more about routine and structure today, okay? And being able to use your time and your resources wisely may be the name of the game for some of you today, okay? So pay attention to where your moon energy is in your chart, because that's going to govern a lot of how you're going to be responding to things emotionally today, okay? Now, let's jump into this, okay? I want to be upfront and honest. I have been kind of in hermit mode for a little while now, and as I actually took the time to reflect over the past couple of days, I've kind of been in hermit mode off and on, really from since the summer, going through major changes from since the summer of 2019, right? So I'm at the place now where there's a lot of newness entering my life, and and learning new ways to handle stress, and also seeing ways that I can manifest things in a different way, where it is not so you work smarter not harder, that type of energy, right? Now, what I can say with me is I have gotten to a place where I have very little tolerance for BS, and that includes BS for myself, not just other energies, right? So over the weekend, what I've experienced is as I was in hermit mode, I experienced, guys, that I just don't really I just don't really want to entertain any type of energy right now who's not doing their work. I don't want people to waste my time. I don't want people to waste my energy. I am all about sharing my gift. I'm all about being able to support and love in others. I'm all about that. But I got to be honest with you, not for the space of you draining me when you are not doing your work. So that I'm not open for. That I'm not open for. I had an experience last week, y'all, that totally drained my energy, right? And this was just having a conversation with someone, right? It was my energy was drained because there was a lot of heavy projection, and I found that was happening a lot last week. Now, I gotta say, if we're going back to the energy that was in the atmosphere last week, it was kind of crazy last week, right? And last week should have really given you an opportunity to tap into what timelines you were in, right? Because right around this time last year, we kept on talking about timelines, right? We talked about jumping the timelines, okay? So maybe what I'll do tomorrow, because I am reading and studying quantum jumping, so I think I'm gonna share that with you guys. Definitely, I'm going to share that with you guys. I just don't know exactly how we're going to go about doing that, but I'm going to share everything that I'm learning. We talk about quantum physics all the time on my live, so I will be definitely diving into the quantum jumping aspect for you guys. So let's begin, right? I do want to say, for those of you that are members on Patreon, don't forget that we go live on the 23rd of this month to do the karma readings. And if you are part of Patreon and you show up for the live, you get your karma reading done live on Patreon, okay? Today is Monday, the 11th, so you guys can see the ancestral reading go up today also, so you want to look out for that. So the ancestral readings will be posted on Patreon today. We're doing the live karma readings on the 23rd. So if you want your karma readings done and you're part of the Patreon family, you can do that on the 23rd. We will be live at 2 p.m. Okay? That's Eastern Standard Time, my loves. Okay? Am I forgetting anything else? Oh, yes. So you have up until 5 p.m. today if you want to join the new moon in Capricorn meditation. All right? I got 3 more slots left. So if you want to join, you definitely can do that. You just need to submit your donation, including your email address, and a note that it is for the new moon meditation, and I can get you the link right on over. Okay, keeping in mind, my love, that today is January 11th, 2021, and we're vibrating on the number 8. So that's all my announcements, right? I don't think I'm forgetting anything, and if I am, I will make sure that I update you tomorrow. Okay, so vibrating on the number 8, y'all. You know how we do this. Intuition. Your intuition is connected to your opportunities. Your intuition is connected to your limitless possibilities. So you want to trust your intuition today as you're moving through the number 8. And I also want to say the number 8 also vibrates on infinity. And when something is infinite, that means there is no limits. There is no end, right? So you can tap into the infinite amount of possibilities, wisdom, finances, health, okay? Whatever it is that you feel that you need, there's an infinite supply of that, so you can tap into that vibration. Literally changing your frequency. Like we've talked about that several times here on this channel, where if you want to listen to jazz, and jazz is playing on 102.5, right? But you're tuned into 97.5 that is playing hip hop. What do you need to do? You physically need to tune into 7.5, right? You need to jump on over to the jazz station. You need to change that dial, change that frequency, so you can tap into the jazz, right? So it is the same thing, my love. If you want to tap into your infinite supply and infinite resources, you want to definitely make sure you change your vibration and your frequency to match that thing in which you desire to experience, okay? So discernment is also vibrating on the positive polarity of the number 8 today. So using your discernment is going to be key, right? So you can do that, and you can trust your emotions today. It is Moon Day, so your emotions is going to link you to exactly what you're feeling and maybe what needs to be adjusted internally. Okay, the number 8 also vibrates in confidence, so you want to go ahead and move through confidently today. Can I tell y'all something? There's a new level of my gifts that have now stepped into play and woken up and come on alignment, right? And it's new, right? So what I am finding, that as I am walking in this new gift, there's a level of confidence that I need to step into, right? Because I am a vehicle, I am a conduit in which this gift moves through, right? So when I step into the confidence that I'm covered, like it's me and my spiritual team. Like listen, y'all, I'm rocking with some heavy weights in the spiritual team. So I come in with that confidence at this point where, man, I for me to physically explain to some people how I know what I know and how I do what I do, I gotta tell you, like it just comes through me. Like I'm really a conduit. So there's a level of confidence that I have to step into when using my gifting, and I am going to say the same to each and every one of you that are light workers, that are energy healers, that are ascending, that are on your spiritual path, right? There's a level of confidence that you have to move in, right? So I want you to embrace that. Step into your confidence today. No matter what it is you have going on today, try doing that confidently. Even if you're afraid, right? Know that you're not alone. Know that you have a greater powerful force that dwells within you, right? Everything that you need dwells within you, okay? So you need to know that, right? So today also vibrating on the positive polarity of the number 8, you can see material freedom. You can see that you're not attached to material things, or you can see that the material things that you needed, honey, just show up, right? Because you're operating from a place of spirit, so you're not attached to having anything, but you're more enjoying the experience of beautiful things. Okay, so try not to get too attached to material things today. Enjoy the material freedom of being able to enjoy beautiful things, but not feeling worried or scared or fearful if these things have to go, or if you lose these things, right? So move in that energy today, that there's nothing in the universe that is ever lost. There's nothing in the universe that ever dies. Energy just transforms itself from one form to the next, okay? So know that. So you really don't need to be attached to any material thing, because if you've attracted something on the material plane before, if you've manifested something on the material plane before, you can also manifest it again, all right? Self-sufficiency is going to be key for some of you today if you're moving throughout the number 8. Okay, so you want to be mindful of that, relying on self. Now, keeping in mind that the moon is going to be in Capricorn for the next 2 days at 8:30 a.m. this morning. Okay, so this is all about routine and using your resources wisely, okay, as well as using your time wisely. So be self-sufficient as you're moving throughout the energy today. All right, now on the lower end, or the lower polarity of the number 8, you want to just watch for whatever type of discrimination you may be feeling around you, and not take things personally, but be able to not react but take action. Okay, I want to say also, greed is in the atmosphere today, as well as people with nasty attitudes, and a lot of projection can be going on today because people are not being self-reliant. People are not walking in their confidence. Okay, so you want to be mindful of that as you're interacting with other people. Okay, especially if you're an empath and you are super sensitive. Okay, and if you are a Hayaka empath, that's even going to be more. You definitely going to want to protect yourself as you're moving throughout this energy today. Okay, now also, number 9, right? Monday vibrates on the number 9. Okay, so we do have on the positive end of the number 9, completion, energy of feeling things getting done today. Energy of feeling that this is a next step that you need to take before things are completed today. Or you can find today that things are just getting completed. You know, maybe you've been waiting on things, even from a legal aspect or legal standpoint, for a long time. You can find that these things are getting firmed up today. We are in the energy of Capricorn. The sun is in Capricorn, so we're talking about order and structure, time management. Also, just with the sun being in Capricorn and being able to utilize things wisely, right? So it's not surprising that you find a lot of the governmental structure and changes happening in January, okay? And I want you to be mindful. It is not by mistake that a lot of things that's happening right now within this Capricorn energy are unfolding, okay? Capricorn is breaking some things down and bringing back order and structure. It's also giving you your karmic return, or AKA your effect for the cause, right, that you've placed out into the universe. Meaning, where have you invested your time and your energy? Capricorn is going to return that to you 3 times full. Okay, so yeah, so be mindful of that. Okay, I also want to point out that Mercury is going into retrograde on January 30th. Okay, and if you are super sensitive to energy like I am, you can already start to feel the effects of that. If you're super sensitive to energy, you want to be mindful that you can start to interfere with your electronics. Okay, so if your electronics is starting to act a little wonky and you know you're super sensitive to energy, you just be mindful of that. I need to actually go get some shungite from outside. I have some shungite charging outside, and kind of place them, because I'm starting to see kind of strategically place them around my desk, because I'm starting to see that my electronics are starting to act a little wonky. Okay, with that being said, jumping back into the positive end of the number 9 today, romance is in the atmosphere for some of you today. Okay, that's cool, right? Now, I also want to say duty and obligation is also in the atmosphere for you today. All right, sympathies in the atmosphere for some of you today, vibrated on the positive end of the number 9. Now, the duty and obligation, just with the sun being in Saturn, be mindful, choose wisely as where you're giving your energy to or whom you're giving your energy to, okay? Now, on the lower vibrational end of the number 9, and I don't really like to say lower vibrational end of the number 9, but on the other polarity of the number 9, right, you do have scattered thoughts, disconnected energy, pessimistic energy, and moody. You can find that people can be super moody today, especially if they're, especially if they're not in tune with their feelings, and especially if they're moving within this Capricorn energy and they don't like their time wasted or their energy or their resources wasted. You can find people in a bit of a mood today. And I also want to say, depending on where you are and how sensitive you are to energy, you want to be mindful. The moods that you may be feeling may not be your own, okay? So we want to be mindful of that, all right? So now we're also going to jump on over to the metaphysical meaning of the number 8 and the number 9, okay? So number 8 is the most active spiritual number that you're going to know, okay? Now, we talked about number 8 also representing infinity, okay? Number 8 is, you want to say, it is the active end of the soul plane, right? So this number expresses wisdom. It expresses your intuitive nature through thoughts and being able to move in a loving way, all right? Number 8, so this is what I want to say. You always, the energy you put out, right? And if you think of the pattern of the number 8, it kind of goes out and comes back into itself, right? So you need to understand that the energy in which you put out, my love, it is always brought back to you, okay? So the number 8 also brings this into a place of, of independence. It brings you to focus. The number 8 is all about new beginnings also. So you want to tap into that today on a metaphysical level, okay? So because this is one of the most spiritual active numbers there is, right? And this number really is a number that's not active so much on the physical plane. This is active on the soul plane, right? This is a number where, once again, I must leave you with this. You're utilizing your wisdom, okay? When you're making your choices intuitively, okay? Moving in love, which means when you're moving in self-sufficiency today, you want to know that you're moving from a soul plane, okay, especially if you're tapping into the vibration of the number 8. And one of the things that we said with the number 8 was that confidence energy, okay? So you want to be mindful of that, right? Now, we've talked about the metaphysical aspect of the number 9, honestly, several times. And this is where you incorporate mind, body, and soul. This is the physical aspect, the thinking aspect, as well as the spiritual aspect, okay? So you have mind, body, and soul here. This is threefold energy. So anything that you are tapping in today with your mind, body, and soul, you can bring into completion, right? Keeping in mind, if you're doing any type of rituals today, with any type of magic rituals today, you want to definitely utilize the number 9 as it's combining all of the attributes in which you need to produce in the material world, okay? All right, so let's jump into your wisdom. I know I took like 17, 20 minutes, y'all, just breaking down energetically the numbers today. Now we're going to go into your wisdom. We're going to deal with the 4 elements, okay? So one of the things that I like to explain, because I know I have a lot of new people tuning in, so I want you guys to know this, right? You are not just responsible for mastering your sun sign. You are, aka the month that you were born in. You are also responsible for mastering all 12 aspects of the zodiac wheel, okay? All 12 aspects make up different aspects of your psyche, okay? They're all within you, all right? So we're going to start off with Earth energy, because we are in Capricorn season. Earth energy is going to be Capricorns, Virgos, and Taurus, okay? If you are not an Earth sign, this wisdom or this message is going to apply to the physical realm, the car, the bills, the house, the children, the family, and the relationships, and all of the responsibilities that you have to deal with in this realm, okay? And your message today, you have a lot of third eye chakra going on, which is all about perception today, okay? You got faith popping up with gratitude. This is all third eye chakra energy, and you have growth popping up with heart chakra energy. All right, so today you need to move by faith, not by sight. And I'm not talking about F-A-I-T-H type faith. I'm talking about F-A-T-E type faith today, okay? Google it, research it, and then you can tap into that type faith today, okay? Also, when you're tapping into F-A-T-E type faith today, you want to move with gratitude, all right? You also want to know that things are happening for you and not to you. Do not take things personal today. Remember, today's the day where you can move with some sympathy, okay? And I want to say, as you're moving through things, looking at the bigger picture and getting a different perspective today, just be grateful of how far you've come, okay? Try not to think things personally and walk within your confidence today if you're tapping into the earth element or if you are an earth sign, okay? Now, we're going to jump on over to the air element and the air signs, okay? Air element is going to be, air element is going to be Gemini, is going to be Aquarius, and it's also going to be Libra's energy, okay? If you are not a Gemini, Libra, or an Aquarius, you are going to apply this message to your thinking. This is your spiritual and your mental thinking. This is the stuff that you replay in your head. This is the conversations that you had last night that you're still in your head about because somebody done planted the seed. Now you got to go in and dig it out. Or this is a self-fulfilling prophecies that you tell yourself about what can't happen, why it can't happen, why not you, all of that stuff, head things. This is what this element is going to represent if you are not an air sign, okay? So today you have facade, which is your solar plexus energy, as well as throat chakra energy, expansion, and crown chakra energy, which is talking about destiny, right? So today my message is for the wonderful air elements of the air sign: see past people's facade. See past people's facade today. See past the bullshit today. See past your bullshit today, right? This is about an expansive viewpoint, maybe learning to have a different perspective may be needed today as you're pushing past what you want to experience. And when we talk about your destiny and your purpose in life, you know, or what you quote unquote are here for, that is different for everybody, all right? Some people are just here to put up a facade, right? However, if you're really going to tap into your growth and your expansion, right, you are going to have to get past your ego, step into your confidence today, and see past people's facade, speak your truth, speak your purpose with your throat chakra, okay, and allow divine connection and communication to come in using your crown chakra, right? This is your walk. You don't have to hand over your walk in your spiritual journey to anybody else's, right? Create it, okay? Now, we're now going to jump over to the wonderful water signs. The water signs are going to be Pisces, Cancer, as well as Scorpio. If you are not a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio, you are going to apply this message to your feelings, to your emotions. This is where we're going to use this element in this particular reading, okay? Now, your message today is a lot of third eye chakra energy and heart chakra energy, just like earth signs, right? So you got mysticism. Y'all gonna have to tap into that deep reservoir, okay? Yeah, and if you're a Scorpio, you know what I mean. If you're Pisces, you know what I mean. And if you're Cancer, you know what I mean. Y'all are very intuitive. Use that feeling nature to guide you today, all right? Tap into your mysticism. You have magic that dwells within you. Tap into that. How you're tapping into your magic is going to be through forgiveness, my loves, okay? So you're going to have to change your perception today in how you see something. Okay, some of you have been dealing with something in the heart chakra that you've been grieving about, maybe taken personally still, okay? It is time for you to release the heaviness so you can step in to a place of love, to a place of self-reliance, and to a place of confidence, okay? So change your perception today. Move in confidence, forgive, not just others, but yourself, okay? All right, last but not least, we got the wonderful fire element. Sagittarius, Leo, and Aries. If you are not a Sagittarius, a Leo, or an Aries, you are going to apply this message to your perception, your intuitive nature, right? This is exactly, I want to say, passionate energy or lustful energy, but either which way, it's also energy where you may need to take some action. There's some movement required within this energy, okay? So, my loves, today they're asking you with root chakra energy, what are you complacent about? What has you complacent? Okay, right? Who has you feeling like the victim, or who are you oppressing as if they are the victims, okay? You need to know that you have solar plexus energy here dealing with your ego and your will, asking you to step into your abundance. And this is, the solar plexus energy is all about self-confidence. This is inner growth. This is inner knowing. This is self-mastery energy here, right? So what are you complacent about today? What are you naming or labeling victim mentality, or who are you pointing to and calling them a victim, right? Are you seeing the grass greener on the other side? or you're seeing the astral turf because you're not doing your work. Like, really weigh the situation today. I want to say, don't go burning things up, my wonderful fire signs, without really reevaluating how you feel in the role that you play in the situation. Have you given your power away to someone, and then you're getting mad because you've given your power away, right? Making sure that you create boundaries and reinforcing them is going to be key for you today. You're going to have to look and see who is wasting your time, who's wasting your energy, or what is wasting your time and what is wasting your energy, not just on the physical plane, but on the mental and on the spiritual plane. Okay, and that is your message today, my wonderfuls. Okay, all right, my love. So I appreciate each and every one of you. Do something kind for yourself. Love yourself. Honor yourself. Okay, be yourself. Okay, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Every day I learn something new about myself. I got to laugh at myself sometimes. I got to call myself out sometimes, you know. Sometimes I got to tell myself to be stronger than I feel. Okay, sometimes I got to tell myself don't talk so much. Sometimes I got to tell myself to shut up. Sometimes I got to tell myself to love, to forgive, you know. It is a walk daily to be able to be. Right, and I'm being for real. Some days is easier than others, right? Because you're dealing with all type of different energy, and all types of different people. So remembering to ask yourself, how do I feel? Why do I feel the way I do? And then you go from there. So you're not projecting outwardly, and then you can deal with the things that's going on inwardly. Okay. All right. Be kind to yourself. Love yourself. Honor yourself. Master yourself. And I'm gonna see you guys in tomorrow's daily vibration. Bye, my loves.